Ah. Hey, what is the deal, YouTube? What is happening? It is Craig Harris, the Pope of Xbox, the black man in the green chair, and I am back with another podcast. It is Tuesday, October 24th, and it is getting cold. It is getting cool here in the Bluegrass State. We're going to have, it's raining right now. We're going to have a cold front move through here, and once that cold front gets here, it's going to be burr, okay? It is going to be burr outside. I'm talking about, I can't remember if UK is going to, I don't know if UK is playing at home this weekend. I was going to go tailgating, but the tailgating may have to take an L. I mean, this may have to take a loss, you know. But I got some news here. Got some Xbox news. They've been busy here as they just had their scheduled press conference, and they're releasing where in the world, these games enhanced. And so we got Gears of War. Got some real good news with some 360 games. I got to keep it 100% here. If you have a 1080p TV and you can get these 360 games, I mean, seriously, like Oblivion is going to be enhanced. It's going to be 1080p 60. I believe it was on that list of 360 games that they're going to do. Hopefully, this is one of many. And as a big Mass Effect fan, I certainly hope all three Mass Effects make it in there. And let me tell you this right now: if all three Mass Effects get onto this list, then I'm going to have to really I really may have to go ahead and knock this thing on out. I may have to go ahead and sell a kidney or sell blood or plasma to go ahead and get me one. But that'll be after. And again, I'm going to get me one probably next E3. I've already said this. But hopefully here's us in the Mass Effect community crossing our fingers so that it will that these games get on that list. These are EA. Two of them are EA published games, and the other one is a Microsoft published game, the first Mass Effect. So, but I ain't gonna lie, Fallout 3 that got my attention. Fallout 3 again is one of my favorite games. Again, I bought all the DLC for Fallout. Everything, even the pit, which was garbage, but I enjoyed it. I mean, overall, looking back on it, I shouldn't say it was garbage, but overall, as far as the Fallout 3 is one of my favorite games last gen. Like I said, so congrats to the people who are buying this thing. This is one of those things. This is why I've said to people, this is why I'm waiting, because more stuff is being announced, and if I can get the thing a little bit cheaper, that's good for me. Even if it's still $500, it may come with the game or something like that, and that's fine for me. I've always said to you guys, wait. So it's okay for you to wait at least 90 days to see what they're going to do. And I think this is great news. Also, I didn't know that 1080p 60 is now going to be a standard. Okay, I want to get to the Gears of War thing, and I'm going to what up, Wolflow? Yeah, Fallout 3 won your heart. Yeah, I love Fallout 3, and I played that game for hours. Hours. It got to the point where I was so powerful that I was looking for people just to kill. I was just killing people. I mean, I came across, killed them. Death Claws killed them. The big green guys killed them. And because I downloaded the alien UFO thing. I had all these alien weapons. I downloaded the Alaska Anchorage thing for Fallout that told you about that it was China and the United States that had the nuclear war. It wasn't Russia and the United States. It was China. So, I know it's going to look a little bit better. I get that, but it's still, man, Oblivion brings back memories. And if the Xbox X can do something about those load times between screens, that's really good. And these are two Bethesda games. I think Fallout's Bethesda definitely. And I think Oblivion is also. So if they can do something like that, and again, this is down the road, guys. I'm glad they announced it because they need to announce things like this to get the people that still had the 360s and the Xbox One S's. Remember, the first group of people Microsoft's got to sell to is the Xbox guys already in their ecosystem that don't see a reason to move up. So if this is good with the 1080p 60 thing, which again, I don't. God, I mean, 1080p 60, my God, we've been playing 1080p 60 games since the beginning of the generation. I just downloaded Metal Gear 5 on PlayStation Network, whatever it's called, PSN. That's 1080p 60. Okay, that game came out, what, years ago? So, but it's 1080p 60, and people can say, oh, well, it doesn't have a whole lot. Look, it's 1080p 60. So, and there's a lot of enhanced games that they have is 1080p 60, including The Last of Us. The Uncharted collection is all 1080p 60. I believe, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but that we're already up to this. And this is where Kratos, I agree with him 100%. When he said, if you're already playing enhanced games, if you have a PlayStation Pro and a 4K TV, this isn't that big a deal. But for them, it is. They've not been able to do it. I mean, they've been able to play their games in 1080p, maybe at 1080p or 900p. And if you have a 4K TV, it will upscale the game to the picture of the screen. So you can get Mass Effect. At 4K, the first 3 games, I didn't know you could do that. But again, Matt, I can just vouch for the Mass Effect series. When I played that on the Xbox One S, that does look better, and that's without it. The only enhancement it's getting is through the 4K TV. Because again, I tell my Xbox, and I suggest this for everybody, tell your Xbox to go ahead and play the game in 1080p, and then let the TV take your 1080p image and upscale it to 2160p. That's what the TV is really good at, guys. The TV is really good at doing that. So, and again, if you keep it in 4K, it's going to look like garbage because the signal that you should be getting, the Xbox isn't producing that. It's looking for it, but it's not going to produce it. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, the PC thing, yeah, that's fine. But I mean, Mass Effect to me was born on the Xbox. It should die there. I got no problem with it dying there. So maybe they will go to this. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Okay, I got no insider information. Just hope that Microsoft is something, because Microsoft's closer to EA than Sony is. I'll get more into that later on in the podcast. But so maybe they can talk to them and get this going. That's all I'm saying. Let's keep our fingers crossed. So, but will EA do it? I don't know. Can EA do it to kind of make up for what happened with Mass Effect Andromeda? Absolutely. Absolutely. So here's hoping that EA, who is trash, by the way. I mean, that's just what I'm hoping as a Mass Effect fan. But okay, let's get into this 1080p 60, I guess. I've been seeing this a whole lot all of a sudden pop up, and I didn't know 1080p 60 was where we were going to go back to. Weren't we just talking about this stuff like 4 or 5 years ago when this generation started? The games that were 1080p 60. Forza was a launch game. Forza 5, I think, was the launch game on Xbox One, and it was 1080p 60. So when did this all of a sudden become a big deal again? If they're going to say it's going to have 4K assets and downsampling, if you have a 1080p TV, that's good. Because look, there's people who want to get the Xbox X, okay? They don't want to go out and buy a 4K TV, and I can't blame them. And again, people got to understand there's still a lot more people with 1080p TVs, whether they're 120 or 60 hertz. Those people are still in existence, and they still play games, okay? I know somebody, what's 720p 30? Yeah, but all they can do is try to Rule 49. All they can really do is enhance the games that are already in their ecosystem. That's a reality, and those are multi-plat games. And yes, I agree. Shout out to my man Jay Fonzarelli. I agree that and I've said, and I agree with him, they're taking a big risk thinking that people are going to want to jump back in, but I got to keep it 100%. If you can go ahead and say, well, they ain't got a whole lot of games, but if I get it, I can go back. And again, these games aren't available yet, but if you can go back and play Oblivion, which is hundreds of hours. I think my Oblivion experience was over 200 hours. Fallout 3, over 200 hours. I mean, all they're trying to give, I'm saying for people like me, this was good for me, okay? Because I'm not going to, because I don't have to play, I don't have to have Xbox Live to go ahead and play Oblivion. I don't have to have Xbox Live to play Fallout 3, okay? You don't need to be online to play those games. You see what I'm saying? Those are good single-player experience games. So is Skyrim. Okay, so it's Skyrim. So what's up, J-Dub? I see you, brother. Hey, J-Dub, if you're home tonight, if you want to race on some GT Sport, hit me up. Okay, hit me up. I'll go ahead and break the GT open because I'm gonna get more into that because that was some funny ass stuff when GT blew the doors off of Forza, and I'm hearing the excuses where people are waiting. Well, what does buying? You can still buy Forza now. There's nothing stopping you from buying Forza now, and you know. So, but yeah, well, hit me up then, bro. Yeah, I'll still be. I gotta work tomorrow though, so I'll be turning in about 10. But hit me up 10 Eastern time. So, but yeah, we'll definitely try to get that log hooked up and try to play that tonight. Now, man, what else is going on? So, according to Cell, 720p 30 is now 4K 60. Is that what you're trying to say? Oh my, I'm just saying for me, I didn't realize 1080p 60 was back in fashion. Okay. I mean, I just, yeah, I know Mass Effect is dead, but I gotta hope. Okay, we have to hope. I got some information on what Mass Effect was supposed to be and all that stuff. Big shout out to Yang Yi, and you all should go check out his channel. I think I left a link down here in the description. But yeah, just go check his channel out. He's got some good stuff. So, I'm wanting to get him on this podcast, the podcast with him. Just an interview one-on-one. He's a good dude. He ain't into the whole console war BS. He just tells it like it is. He's got some insider information. So good. He's a good guy. Go check his channel out. But yeah, I didn't know 1080p was a big deal. Let me see if I can do some screen sharing here. Let's see here. We're going to find out about this with Gears of War on in which they had already announced, but now it's been confirmed. And again, like I said, there's a difference. It's not true until when I say it about the movies, I say that it's not true until the it's not true of the movies until the studio says it. And it's not true of this stuff until the developers say it. So I'll just use Eurogamer.net. I mean, I know they've been taking the hit here lately. So let's go ahead and screen share this. And I'm just going to read the Eurogamer article. I mean, I just played Gears. I just beat it maybe 3 weeks ago. And I enjoyed it. I recommend it for anybody who has an Xbox. You know, if you haven't played it, play some Gears. I have no idea what Overturn is, but it's available now. It's on Steam. So I guess it's an Oculus game. All right. So shout out to Oculus. So, all right. So here we go. Hopefully you all can see the screen. As you can see, introducing the world's most powerful consoles, Xbox X. All right. So here we go. Now, this article is today's the 24th, and this article published on the 24th. So shout out to Wesley Yin Pool or Yin Pool. All right. So here we go. It says you can play Gears of War 4 campaign at 60 frames per second if you choose performance mode. A video below, which I'm not going to show, outlining the enhancements Xbox X brings to the Coalition action game. And it reveals performance mode. This lets players for the first time run campaign and horde at up to 60 frames per on console. So I guess up to means it's not locked at this, you know, but nevertheless, it is what it is. So on Xbox One, both run at 30 FPS. So Gears 4 includes, I can account for that, I just played it. So Gears 4 includes two preferred rendering options, visual and performance. Performance, as mentioned, puts frame rate first, with it in the campaign and horde mode run at 60 frames per second in 1080p resolution. Now, again, it says this includes higher resolution textures and some of the new enhanced graphical features available in visuals mode. So it sounds like they're going to take some of the stuff that's in visual mode and bring it over to this, to the 1080p resolution. Now, I didn't know we were back on the whole 1080p 60 thing, and what you all have got to ask yourselves as people who are thinking of buying the game is how this is going to affect. Well, I don't know how this is going to affect the Xbox One S users like me, if it affects the game at all. But it says runs at 60 FPS, so I think I'm going to assume it may be a little bit of a frame rate drop, but this is good news for the people, and I'm just leaving it there. But this is good news, guys. I mean, this doesn't matter. So it says visual mode pushes the graphics. This uses ultra quality texture. So this is running at ultra settings. I guess if it's a PC game, runs the game at 4K resolution. It runs campaign and horde mode at 30. So you can either play 4K ultra, 30, or 1080p enhanced. Both sound fine to me. You know, again, I liked Gears. I even like Gears Judgment. I know that puts me in a minority of the minority. But I like Gears, so I'm good. So performance mode is a useful option for those who prefer frame rate boost to resolution improvements. Most devs opt to push their games at 4K res on Xbox X. Although Crystal Dynamics' Rise of the Tomb Raider is another example of a game that gives players the option to play in 60. So that's what we read before, that their 4K mode on Rise of the Tomb Raider is garbage, trash. Okay, and so to me, you have to now ask yourself, to me, running a game at 1080p 60, a mid PC can do that. A mid PC with a mid-level graphics card and CPU can run things at 1080p 60. All right, so it says, as you expect, versus mode, which I don't know what that is, versus mode runs at a rock-solid 60 in both rendered modes with adaptive resolution scaling. So, all right, this means it's going to run 60 FPS, and it says with adaptive resolution scaling, also known as dynamic resolution. Say it with me, kids, especially you, Widowmaker. Dynamic resolution. So Gears of War it's a free update November 7th to coincide with the release of Xbox One X. So this is good news, guys. I mean, this is good news. So I'm not going to run the trailer. So and again, I've already beaten Gears of War, and so I'm happy with my experience on it. I would have liked to play as the Marcus Phoenix character, whatever his name is, but but he's still in the game, and it was fun. You know, it was still fun to play, and I enjoyed it, especially when I learned how to use that saw thing. You can cut people in half with it. Well, I mean, I don't know if he lied, Andrew, but I'm willing to wait to see what the developers say. So I agree 100% with Press Start Kofi. Just take it with a grain of salt. So, and yeah, the title should read 1080p 60 at first glance. It kind of implies otherwise. Well, you've got to 1080p 60 Ultra. You know, I don't have a problem with it being 1080p 60. I just don't want to hear Beast is coming, because I can play Gears of War, not Gears, I'm sorry. I can play Metal Gear 5 at 1080p 60 right now on an OG PS4. Okay. Now I know what you're going to say. It doesn't have ultra textures. Fine. fine, but it can't use the Xbox can't run ultra textures and play at 60 frames per second either. So either way, it's the same thing. It's a little bit more. It is a little bit more. Okay, so but it's good that if you have a 1080p television, this is something you can say, pause. I don't have to go out and get a 4K TV to enjoy this game because I can get the same textures, a lot of the same textures, not all the same textures. I can get some of the same textures and still be able to enjoy the game at 60 frames per second in campaign mode if you want to run through it again. Okay. And again, I wouldn't, but I enjoyed the game. So I can't knock it for consumers having options. This is a good thing. Consumers having options is a good thing. So, I mean, we have it in, I know with Horizon Zero Dawn, you have a performance mode and you have a graphics mode. You have that with Tomb Raider as well. So this is good. This is a good thing. It is, people need to say, all right, this is good. So they should be charging you. Yeah. So now PC settings are a little bit more. Widowmaker, fact is that it runs 1080p 60 with some PC assets, which is something that they targeted. Okay. 1080p 60 to me is okay. All right. I can already play 1080p 60 dynamically upscale to 4K with my system now. Okay. I'm doing that with Metal Gear 5. It's 1080p 60 frames per second dynamically upscale to 4K. So yeah, adding some extra textures is a little bit more. Okay. I'm going to get into a little bit more here later because I've got somebody Q&A'd me and said, why do I keep saying a little bit more? Now, Gears also has Dolby Atmos. So I actually want to look at some Dolby Atmos setups because I want to try to give everybody a realistic look on how much that setup costs. To J-Dub, he may have Atmos at his house, but J-Dub got everything at his house. J-Dub probably got a flying saucer in his basement. And that man got all the tools in the shed. I'm envious of that. So I'm also glad you had a good time at the at your basketball game. So Dolby Atmos price. So I'm just gonna put in Dolby Atmos price. So, ooh-wee. Ouch. God damn. So we'll just go to Best Buy. Okay, let's just say we're going to go to Best Buy. And I'll load this on up and everybody can check it out. So so everybody can look now. This actually is not bad. Let me pull this up. And because I think this is a good price for speakers. Now there's some people, because you're going to do Atmos, you're going for the overall sound here. So as you can see, I'm screen sharing this now. Dolby Atmos speakers. Bring that back up here so you all don't think I'm lying here. Dolby Atmos speakers. As you can see, this is on clearance. This is in Magnolia, and this is $449.99. That's all right. Yeah. Well, if you got that kind of money lying around, you should be gaming on PC. So here's another one. Now this isn't bad. $115.99. This is something I could actually get behind. As Pope, I endorse you all go buy this one. $115.99. That's actually affordable. So anybody who wants one, as you can see, free shipping by Wednesday, November 8th. So you get your Xbox X on the 7th. You get this thing. It'll be shipped out on the 8th. You have everything ready to go by the 14th. That's good. Now, here's something that I like. I like 7.1 sound. Now, this is Sony, and this is ridiculous, but this is the Atmos one here. And this is what cracks me up. See, Microsoft provides the ability for you to hear. Microsoft provides software that's going to apply Dolby Atmos. Sony actually has it available to you. Have to buy it. I mean, this is why they always going to be in second place when it comes to this. So this is one of the reasons. But Look, this is 1,500 bones right here, and that's garbage. I cannot get behind that. I mean, that's too much money for sound. And Dolby Atmos does sound good. You're looking at movie quality sound, but this is everything. You got the sound bar, you got the wireless subwoofer and Dolby Atmos. I'll show you the sound bar that I bought. It ain't nothing in this range. So, but as you can see here, this is the first page, and it looks like on average, you're looking at close to $800. This is on average. All right. That's throwing in 115. So $800 plus your Xbox, you're looking at, you know, I've determined with my brain, you're looking at about $1,300. I just don't understand why you all won't build a PC. I mean, I really am. This is really getting old. If you're going to talk 4K textures, you need to go game on PC. You ain't got to worry about this shit. Okay, you build one thing, you get that CPU going, you get that, you can get the 486 card and play everything 4K or at 1440p 60. Tell me what's better, Widowmaker, 1440p with high settings at 60 frames per second or 1080p with the same settings? What would you, if you are a graphics guy, you tell me what's better. Okay, now I'm telling you right now, I'm a 1440p man. All right, I will marry 1440p 60 high over 4K 30 any day of the week. So that's just me. So everybody's different though. But let me show you all my little sound bar. Ain't nothing on this level here. I can show you the one that I bought. I bought a mini sound. Here's the one I bought. It's right here. You're going to love how cute this little sound bar is that I got. So let's see here. Nope, that's not what I typed in. It doesn't have it here. All right, let me see. Insignia. I like Insignia because I live in an apartment. Is this not going to pull up my little sound bar that I bought? It may not. Well, damn it, that was my big surprise. So when I'm playing GT, I get that full thrust. Well, this is not going to pull up, but I got a little mini sound bar, guys. It was like $39. That was in my price range. I can afford that. So, so yeah, I'm happy about that. So here, let me just stop screen sharing. Let me back to that. So, but you all guys, you all to see it. It's so cute. So, but those are Dolby Atmos for the people who are going to get Dolby Atmos. I love how they brag about shit that it has, and they don't know how much it costs. You can also get some Dolby Atmos headsets too. So let me make that clear. And I assume that the Xbox is going to have a universal, it's going to have a universal adopting port. So yeah. Well, shout out to iDie. Yeah. Well, look, the mods don't really enforce as much as, you know, they do some enforcement, I guess. So you have 5.1. Yeah, nothing wrong with 5.1, Dion. That's the good standard sound. Xbox One S actually has 5.1. So there ain't nothing wrong with that. So D-mod, oh, okay, yeah. So, but I had gotten around to that actually. So, but yeah, but yeah, this is for the people who are going to get Dolby Atmos sound. It is expensive, and you better be ready to drop that coin. So I certainly hope you're ready to drop the coin. So. But that is good news, guys. So Gears with the enhancement, if you want to go back and play it, which Gears didn't sell. Gears underperformed, so maybe this will increase sale. And I think you're seeing now why GameStop was so excited with the prospect of the Xbox X, because it's gonna keep them in business as well. People will go back and play all these older games in enhanced mode. Let's just keep it 100% here. There's going to be a lot of people to do that. It won't be all. It's not going to be all the people, but it's going to be people. Gears 4 is 2.5 million. Well, I think it's sold a little more than that. So, but it's going to sell more because of this mode that it has now. So, but these are good. These are good things for the Xbox. Okay, and for me, especially the 1080p 60 mode. This is if you don't have a 4K TV. So, saying because the stupid YouTube app not loading properly. Oh, okay. So, well, yeah, it hopefully it'll load up for you. But shout out to you, Corey Massey. So Microsoft killed GameStop. Well, I mean, this will help GameStop, don't you think? Because like I bought a game. What was Quantum Break at GameStop for $11. So on the Xbox, and I haven't loaded it yet. And like I said, I'll get to it, but $11, I can't resist stuff like that. So, that's, so I bought that, and then I went to Best Buy. Just walked right behind GameStop. That's where Best Buy is for me. And I bought the mini sound bar, and mini bar. But I bought that, and so yeah, I'm good. I'm happy. So. Game Pass. Yeah, see, I can try Game Pass, I guess, for I think 14 days free. But I'm not going to do it. So just, there's nothing on it that I want. So hopefully they get some better games. So but those games on there were trash. So, but there was a whole lot of them. So I get why they did it, because you can, if you buy that instead of purchasing a game, you don't have to buy a game for years. So, this it is what it is. So, shout out to Comic Book Cast. X-23 film is now in early development. So X-23 was in early development. So, was I surprised when GT outsold Forza? Did it outsold it 3-1? Yes. And now that's only physical. That doesn't include digital. With that said, however, this is GT Sport is a perfect. I was going to get into this. Let me do EA Open World Games thing first, because this is important. Shout out to Yang Yi. He saw the same article I did. Apparently, a developer or executive developer who worked at BioWare told everybody exactly what happened with Mass Effect Andromeda. And so originally, their idea for the next Mass Effect game was going to be a prequel. So the prequel was going to be called Mass Effect Contact. So it was going to have to deal with the First Contact War. That was the original concept. The First Contact War is between the humans and the Turians. Now, it's not a full-fledged war. What happens is once the humans discovered the mass relays, and they discovered how to open them, they started opening mass relays all over the galaxy. And it looked like to the Turians, this is for people who follow Mass Effect, the Turians thought it looked like what the Rachni were doing. So the Turians sent a ship to investigate, and that ship attacked the human ships that were a thing. It forced the human ship to land on a place called, I think, Shanxi. Well, the person that was in charge of that human ship was Ashley Williams' dad. That's why Ashley Williams in Mass Effect is being blackballed. She's not, her family. That's why she's always talking about her family. So it's a reality. So the humans formed a resistance group on Shanxi, led by who is now the Elusive Man. So that was going to be the story of Mass Effect Contact. Well, they scrapped that midway through because EA came in on some bullshit and said, well, why don't you all make it a sequel to Mass Effect? And then they ran into all kind of problems. Well, how would they do it? What are they basing on? Because there were like 4 different endings. They didn't know what people chose. So they went with Mass Effect Andromeda. And that's why and the guy literally said that with Mass Effect 3, they were with their multiplayer and stuff like that. People were paying money. They made millions of dollars from people just playing the multiplayer. because with the multiplayer, it basically, if you played like sections of the galaxy, and if you didn't want to go out and grind for the stuff like I do, I always grind for the stuff, but they allow those people pretty much to pay and cheat. I mean, can't even call it cheating. They offered it up to them. So, and the people paid. I mean, they said somebody paid like 10 grand for Mass Effect. And so what EA is doing, that's why I put EA Open World Games. EA Open World Games is that this is why they canceled the Star Wars game. And it is canceled, by the way. The way they canceled the way Amy Hennig was doing it. BioWare isn't good at doing open world games. They tell linear stories, Baldur's Gate, Dragon Age, Mass Effect, Jade Empire. So their EA, what they want to do is they want to maximize as much money as they can out of us, the consumer. That's why Anthem is going to be full of loot crates. You all better get ready for it. It's a multi-plat. Anthem's going to be full of loot crates, and it's going to be full of microtransactions. It's going to have a story mode, but EA doesn't want to do story mode. Do you realize the only EA game at this point with a major story is Madden, with the new story mode on it, where you play in high school and then you go to college? That's a story mode for EA. Okay, but in that story mode, you can pay money to get your quarterback or whatever position he's going to play, quarterback. You can get different levels for him. It's garbage what they're doing. So also, Anthem was ready to go and be shown on the PlayStation at E3. This for everybody to know. All these people that are running around, all this kind of stuff. Anthem was ready to be shown on both systems. EA, because Microsoft has EA Access and Sony does not, EA decided to show it on the Xbox, which is fine. I mean, I'm not complaining. Microsoft pulled their card and played it. That's what you do. I got no issue with that. So, but EA, that's what they did to Mass Effect. Okay, they destroyed Mass Effect because. And they're doing it, they did it to the Star Wars game because Amy Hennig, what she specializes in is linear storytelling. So, and the game was actually shaping up to be a really cool game. It was going to be like an Uncharted game in the Star Wars universe. Is what it was shaping up to be. It was going to be really, really nice. But EA came in and said, well, we want this to be more of a MMO. I mean, so, and again, as a Star Wars fan, I'm interested, but I took a step back. And I'm like, all right, I'm kind of interested in that. But EA is wanting it to be an MMO because if we don't buy Anthem, they think, okay, we can go get the Star Wars folks to maybe buy this Star Wars game. And it might work. It might work. But EA pretty much from now on is going to be a service-based company. So the only EA game I'm going to ever buy, unless they remaster Mass Effect, it'll be Madden. And I'm buying this Star Wars game mainly to play the campaign. Once I beat the campaign, it's going to go into its little hole. I'll probably take it back. So, yeah, Hello Games was just a partner. Hello Games released their game on PC as well. So, I mean, Sony's always been releasing games on PC. And Hello Games wants to make No Man's Sky multiplayer, or not multiplayer, but crossplay, and Sony may announce that at PSX. So we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, No Man's Sky did get rushed, and they still. But if you buy it now, and I'm not making any excuses for it because I bought No Man's Sky at the midnight launch. If you buy it now, you're actually going to get a really good game. So, and they're going again. I'm hearing crossplay with PC. So we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, but they may announce this coming up at PSX, but because Hello Games is going to be at PSX. So it's a double A, like a battery. So, but ultimately, that's what EA did, and that sucked. I mean, for us who were expecting a good linear told Mass Effect game, and shout out to Cycle Gamer because he just started playing Mass Effect. He said he's enjoying it. Shout out to Kratos, who said he's enjoying it. I'm a big Mass Effect fan, and obviously the game was trash to me. Now, there are things I liked about the game, especially when you get the higher levels. When you get to the higher levels in the game and you get into the combat, it does look good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The 4K's got the HDR thing on it, so yeah, it looked fine. I had no problem with what the game looked like, but Mass Effect has always looked fairly good. I mean, Mass Effect 2, I thought I liked Mass Effect 3, but Mass Effect 2, as far as the actual story and the romance, and yeah, I always romance Miranda because my gosh, she had that ass, So, but the game was cool. So, but hopefully with Microsoft enhancing some of their 360 games, I hope, again, like I said, I talked about it earlier. So, and the reason why Mass Effect exists at all was because of Halo. This is why I tell everybody Halo is responsible for a lot of games on the Microsoft system. That's why it sucks that Bungie left Microsoft, because they didn't get along with each other. That's disappointing. So, but I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, the reason why is because BioWare was able to pitch them a space game that was an RPG. And so Microsoft didn't have one. Yeah, they had a space game that was a shooter, but Halo, but they didn't have a space game that was an RPG. That's why Mass Effect got approved, and Microsoft published the first Mass Effect. So, but that's the Mass Effect story very quickly. But EA, again, they're going more service-based, and that's just the way they're going to be. It's unfortunate. I mean, because I loved EA back in the day, college football, Madden. I'm done with them. No, I'm playing the Star Wars game. The Madden game I think is cool, but because I still like Madden. But nevertheless, it is what it is. So, but moving, as far as Forza and GT, this exposed the hypocrisy of some people, because as big a deal. Shout out to Porter Rock. He made a very good point on Porto's point yesterday. As big a deal as these cats made about Shadow of War or Shadow of Mordor, they got slapped in their face with GT Sport. Now, the damage control now is that, well, GT Sport has a longer development cycle, so of course they're able to do more. And I'm like, yeah, they're able to do more, but you are the same cats that are complaining about Sony showing games a year or two out, before they come in. And it's the hypocrisy goes on and on and on. You go back to 2014, 2015, you had cats saying in the Xbox community, well, these Sony games don't count because they're not AAA games. Remember that one? Oh, it's not AAA games, therefore it's not that big a deal, trying to downplay it. And it's just, they're full of crap. I mean, it is full, like I said, this lies, this keeps, like I said, cover their mouth comes out of their ears, cover their ears, their mouth comes out of their ass, So, and all I'm simply saying to you guys is that, look, a majority of the Xbox community isn't like that, okay? They're not. So they're upset about microtransactions. If you don't believe me, check out Jay Fonz's content. They're upset about microtransactions and things like that. They don't like that stuff either. So, but as far as Forza doing what it's doing, yeah, is it? This is why I say a little bit more. Forza 7 was on a PC. Okay, it wasn't on an Xbox X. It was on a PC in apparently ultra settings. Okay, it was on a PC in ultra settings, and Gran Turismo got the nod, and that is because it is a first-party game. Now, so is Forza, but remember, Forza is optimized for the PC. Okay, and it's ported for the Xbox. Or maybe it's vice versa, but the Xbox can do the porting very easy now with Universal Windows Platform and stuff like that. So that's good. But it really goes on to remember what Rory Ward said to Randall Thor. Do you really think a first-party Sony game is going to look worse than a third-party Microsoft game? The answer is no. Detroit Become Human is going to be one of the best-looking games ever made. Okay, now I don't know how the game plays. I haven't played it, but it will be one of the best looking games ever made. Horizon Zero Dawn is one of the best looking games ever made. Again, these are first party studios, okay? Just like Forza Horizon 3 is one of the best looking driving games ever made. Now, I'm not here to argue whether it's a good game or not. You can't deny that the game looks good. So, you know, it's crazy. So it's what? They banned Kid Smooth from live? Maybe. I think that's wrong. Come on now. They didn't ban Kid Smooth. He's the best bot. So, yeah, first party games are going to take longer to make, and they're going to get the most. Again, I don't have an issue. It's like with the Gears of War thing. People are jumping up and down, but Gears of War is a first party game. Forza is a first party game. First party games should always get more squeeze out of that apple, that orange. I've said that for months, guys. Remember, I've sat here and said that for months, so don't be surprised. So, you know, well, Savage, let's see if that's even true. So, Drive Club's still the best looking racer. No, GT Sport looks better than Drive Club. It's true story, fam. True story. So, actually, Forza 7 looks better than Drive Club, but Drive Club's weather dynamic is awesome. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. Drive Club is still one of the best racing games out there, and it's only 30 FPS. So, and it's still a fun game. I played that years ago, man. So, but with Drive Club, you're saying it's the best looking racer. Drive Club wasn't that a exclusive game? Wasn't that a first party game? So, or maybe it was a second party game, something like that. So, again, it was an exclusive game, and I think the studio is shut down, but it is what it is. Guys, do not get caught up, you know. Yeah, you try not to get caught up with the Xbox guys talking about. Remember, I told you guys, but when we got closer to launch, the worse they were going to get because they're trying to sell the console to you now. Because they bought the console. Like I said, the 360 games is a huge thing for me. Okay? It's a huge thing for me. Psycho Gamer, you would know this because I know you're part of that podcast. Did Kid Smooth get banned off Xbox Live, or is that just some stuff that people are talking about? So, just asking, you know. Because as a Pope of Xbox, I'll campaign for Kid Smooth. If he got banned, we got to get him back on there. So, I mean, especially where he's buying like 2 or 3 Xbox X's or something like that. So, so, you know, so he did get banned. Okay. Do you know how long? Because the Xbox X comes out in what, like 12 days, give or take. Yeah. I didn't say you were lying, man. I'm saying you know. I didn't say you were lying. I always go for a second source for verification, and Cycle actually knows Kid Smooth. So, you know, they're on the same podcast. So if anybody would have information to verify what you said, so until the 27th. Oh, so he's only banned for 3 days. Well, good, because if he couldn't get online for the Xbox One X, he would have been going nuts. Yeah, Drive Club is a good game. I'm not knocking Drive Club. My point is that Drive Club is a first-party game, right? It's either a first or second-party game, and this goes into what I'm really trying to get you all to understand, that a first-party game, and this is where Microsoft is kind of falling short. So I give them credit for jumping back in with these 360 games, because I ain't lying. Look, Fallout 3, that when I saw that game, and I don't know when the game is going to be ready. It may not be ready the next year. I'm assuming Fallout and Oblivion won't be ready till next year. But this is why I'm waiting till next year, because those would be 2 of the first games I go and buy. Okay? Those will be the 2. Matter of fact, I'll buy Oblivion before I buy any other game on the Xbox. So, because that's one of my favorite games. Ain't graphics. Well, I mean, Cycle again, this GT Sport. I mean, my whole thing with Digital Foundry is I don't really look to them as some type of, you know, measuring stick. You could look at Forza 7 online and compare it to GT Sports Beta, and it didn't look as good. So it was just a matter with the final code be as good looking as that. So, you know, you put Uncharted 4, Lost Legacy on base PS4 against AAA. Yeah, again, again, that's gonna hold water. Yeah, Uncharted is 1440p. Well, I think with mid to high settings on the PlayStation Pro. So, is Sony close to purchasing Capcom? I do not know. So, Fallout 3 looks, yeah, it should, but it should, Top Dog. Come on, everything should look better on PC. If it doesn't, then, and look, the games we have out now are PC quality graphics. They may not run and perform as well, but graphics wise, they in the same ballpark. But yeah, they don't perform as well. So resolution ain't graphics. So what happened with Capcom? Yeah, I don't know what happened with Capcom. So Capcom did some pretty crazy games though. You hope not. Don't fuck with my Monster Hunter. I was sorry. Yeah, Monster Hunter looks pretty interesting. Definitely on the radar. But if I want to hunt monsters, can I just play Witcher? So, they're trying to sell it to Sony, the whole thing, or just some of the studios? Well, no, if Sony can go ahead and get another studio in-house with them building another console, this would be a good thing. Hardware doesn't matter much for console development. Yeah, Cycle. Yeah, he said it best. This is why these people are in blue, because they're like the Cardinals in here. They do I like it. This is why I like this. I like this chat. I love the mods because they're smarter than me. Okay, if I want to look, what do they say? If you want to make yourself look good, get people that are smarter than you. These mods are way smarter than me. So, but yeah, what Corey said there, if they took an 1800p game that Xbox guys were calling fake 4K, and it looks better than a 4K native game on a PC running at ultra settings. That's why I say it's a little bit much. That's why I say that, guys, because Savage put those numbers up last week in the chat, about 10% for this game, 15% for that game. Guys, that's a little bit more. I'm not here to say it doesn't look better. It's just going to look a little more better, and you got to decide whether $500 is better than a little bit more. So it's actually native 1620. Oh, see, that's even worse for Forza. And look, I liked Forza. It's not a bad game, but it's Forza. I mean, it's like J-Dub said, it's Forza. So, yeah, you need talent. No, it's not native. Here's all I know, Cycle, is that why don't you just say this? Forza takes an L next to GT Sport, and it's time to move on. It's all right. It's cool. It's not that the sun's still going to rise. You can still go out and get your Jack and Coke. It's cool, man. It's not that big a deal. So it's just like I said about Shadow of War. Look, if people in the PlayStation community want to come to me and say, blah, 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 this Shadow of War, I'm like, bro, look, it does look better on the Xbox X. Now, I'm not here to say that PlayStation will get some kind of patch to kind of close the gap. But as of right now, you just need to say, hey, look, yeah, it does look better on the Xbox X and move on. It's not that big a deal. It's just, you gotta just say, look, that's it. That's all you gotta say, bro. It ain't that big a deal. Yeah, DF analyst is all cosmetic. Well, again, it still looked better. It still is a better driving game. That's what they were saying, and that jives with what everybody else is saying. So, yeah, it does look more photorealistic. Okay. Yeah, I mean, all right. Well, that's my point, bro. It's just, yeah, you did say that. You're right. Cycle's right about that. He has said that. So, again, yeah, Spartan guy, it's not all about power, and you're exactly right. That's why these Xbox guys and gals can't say anything about the Switch, because the Switch blows up everything they've been saying. So it blows up because according to the Switch shouldn't be selling at all. Okay, because Switch is underpowered and it had zero third-party support at launch. but yet and still they've sold close to 5 million consoles. They're selling close to 1 million a month. So I mean, that's actually pretty good. Oh, PSN down. It's recommended because I'm the Pope of Xbox. I've reached out to everybody, bro. So, yeah, I mean, if he got banned, I'll get on Twitter and I'm a campaign for him to get back on there. And I'll say, as Pope of Xbox, I do not endorse the banning of Kid Smooth, the best bot. We need to get him back on there. Hashtag, whatever. Yeah, I'll just put hashtag best bot. So, yeah, I mean, look, it's just PSN. You're cool, bro. You're cool. Everybody here is welcome. If you have an opinion that's different, that's fine, bro. Yeah, nobody gonna come in here and jump on you. Now, if you come in here on some fuckboy bullshit, there you go. Hashtag free best bot. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the Pope endorses the hashtag free best bot. There you go. Yeah. Everybody needs to get on Twitter and just put hashtag free the best bot. Yeah. Well, I don't know if Cycle's mad because he has he has a PlayStation, Andrew. So, just so you know. So, I mean, everybody plays on everything. That's the cool thing. So, everybody should. You should not limit yourself to just one console. That's like going to the restaurant and eating the same damn dish all the time. So, well, it doesn't matter that he may or may not suck at the game. The main thing is that he plays the game. You see what I'm saying? I suck too at games. I mean, there ain't no doubt in my mind that I'm going to suck when I play Assassin's Creed Origins. I'll suck. I haven't played an Assassin's. I did play Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry. I just beat that on my PlayStation Pro. So I'm kind of familiar with the controls, but people got to understand this new Assassin's Creed, it's on a different engine and it's going to play. The combat's going to be a lot different. So I'm going to be sucking hard, and I'm going to suck on Hellblade. I mean, that's going to be suckology right there. So, but if I get too frustrated, I will be playing Origins. I am off on Friday, and I will be playing Assassin's Creed Origins. Hopefully, I'm not going to stream it though, but I will. It's going to be. I want to play Assassin's Creed, but a Hellblade, I will take care of that. But I'm gonna suck on that puzzle. So, games on Xbox. Games on X will compare on a game-by-game basis. The X will not always win. Yeah, I mean, that's why I said, I agree with you, I-Die. That's why I said it's going to be a little bit more. So, it is what it is. And look, and it should be better because, and shout out to Porter Rock, because, come on, it's coming out 1 year later, and it's got better hardware. So it should, it's just like the 580, was it the AMD 580 GPU? Shouldn't that be better than the 480 GPU? Shouldn't the 1070 be better than the 1060, or the 1080 be better than the 1060? Do you see what I'm saying? You're getting into a semantic debate with a bunch of people who are talking about specs, and they ain't talking about games. So they doing that. So Assassin's Creed, wait for a sale. Well, I can't blame it. Yeah, I'm not in another man's wallet. You finally beat Uncharted 4. Yeah. Well, I thought, again, Rise of the Tomb Raider was my game. I can see why people say that was their game of the year. That game was good. So I enjoy Rise of the Tomb Raider very much. So what's going on, Trey BK? So, but I'm telling you, Xbox guys now, and the PSN down, all that stuff. I'll get an Xbox One X early, but y'all are gonna have to, help a brother out on the PayPal situation. I'll be happy to take care of the last 150 though. Okay. But until then, you gotta quit asking me to buy one. So, because I will, but I need you guys' help to buy one. Shout out the Xbox guys. So, what's going on, McBeef? Shout out to you. Waiting to go back to Horizon? Yeah, I'm going back to Horizon too. So I've actually deleted my Horizon game, and I'm just going to replay it with Frozen Wilds. So, but a Frozen Wilds will be after I beat Assassin's Creed and Star Wars Battlefront 2. I want the 2 new games and Wolfenstein. I want the 2 new games before I go back to a game that I already played and beat. So, yeah, the big news, I guess, is Kid Smooth got banned. So, so we all need to go out and campaign for Kid Smooth. Hashtag, as Pope of Xbox, I do not endorse what happened to Kid Smooth. I'm gonna put hashtag free the best bot. So Xbox is finally getting their Pro, and it's more powerful than Sony's offering. But look, it's coming out a year later. They targeted 4K, and they so far, based on that list that's been verified, they have delivered on it. And and to remember, 4K to Microsoft means native, checkerboard, sparse, and dynamic. So again, the main thing is to me is that as a guy that was not going to buy one, if you have a 1080p 60, if you have a 1080p TV, the fact that they're going to let you play games in 1080p 60 and get some of the graphics and stuff, like not all the graphics, and make that clear, but get some of the graphics on some of their first party games, I think that's really big, because a lot of people can't go out, they can't get both a 4K TV and an Xbox X, okay? They can only get one or the other. This way they can keep their TV, hook their Xbox up to it, and then play their games. That's good, okay? So get it open box or used. Yeah, I will next year. I mean, look, I'm waiting on it to go on sale with a game. So, and if it does that, it'll do that next year at E3. There's not a doubt in my mind. And I'm going to get the Project Scorpio version of it, because that's what everybody's getting. You don't need to have Project Scorpio. But I can put that on there myself. I will get one of those things that embroiders, and I'll put Project Scorpio on mine and be like, yeah, here it is. Get out of here. Yeah. Well, yeah, and I understand by me having a 4K TV and me having a PlayStation Pro, being able to play games in native or upscale, whatever you want to call it, that already puts me in a minority of the minority. So I try not to talk to people like everybody should have a 4K TV. I get it. Times are hard. So, so I get why, if you want an Xbox One X, they needed to give us reasons to buy the console if we don't have a 4K TV. And having 1080p 60 FPS on some of the first party titles, I think is a great idea. Okay, that's a reality. Okay, I think that's a good idea. So, rapid pack math, it seems to be working. We're going to see it on Friday with Wolfenstein. So, but rapid pack math is apparently it's Vega technology. So it really tells me that the PlayStation 4 Pro can do more than the developers are having it do, but it's only been out a year. I mean, I've always said you need at least a year and a half to 2 years for the developers to get their hands on, to wrap their hands around everything. So, yeah, the hardware is not there for full 4K gaming. Yeah, and if you want to stay in the console space, the Pro is good. I did see, shout out to Matt's Gaming. He says the Pro is still worth buying. And the answer is, if I want to play this, listen to this list of games. This is off the top of my head. If I want to play, is a Pro worth buying? Okay. If you want to play Until Dawn, if you want to play Drive Club, if you want to play GT Sport, if you want to play Horizon Zero Dawn, Infamous Second Son, Uncharted 4, Uncharted Lost Legacy, Spider-Man PS4, oh boy, Days Gone, Detroit Become Human, God of War, I go on and on and on. If you think those games that I just named aren't worth you buying a PlayStation 4, then I can't help you. You're not, I mean, that's reality. But again, shout out to Matt's Gaming. I thought he did a marvelous job covering what happened over in Warsaw with the Xbox X going hands-on with it. But the clickbait articles, this is why I said to you all, try not to get sucked into these clickbait articles. So he said it was worth buying. Yeah, and I agree with that. So, you know, and Matt's also said if you want true 4K, you got to have to wait the next generation. He said that. That's a quote from him. So, yeah, checkerboard rendering is part of what PC guys were PC devs were doing. The console guys just got hip to it. So, I mean, again, and I don't have a problem with checkerboard rendering. I prefer 1440p, 60, or 30. Okay, with high settings. That's for me. So, yeah, Corey is right about that, Savage. His tone has changed. So, because he figured out it's going to do a little bit more. Your credit card is going to be burning. Yeah, I just can't. All the stuff that's like right now, Assassin's Creed, Wolfenstein, Star Wars, GT Sport, shit, man, that was $250. You buy all that. Now, some of this shit, I'm telling you right now, is going to get red boxed. And I know everybody's going to red box some of this. So don't try to pull it past me because I do that sometimes too. Game out, yeah, you're getting red boxed, son. So, you know, that's just a reality of the situation. So, so, yeah, well, I mean, look, I don't mind it. I like Matt's. I got no beef with Matt's game. Like I said, I've done podcasts with him. I tried to get him to come on this podcast, but I'm gonna keep trying. But yeah, you got bottom line. In order for you to get hits, you got to have clickbait articles, and you need to be a smart enough consumer to know that it's clickbait. So, how do you think Xbox One X launch will be on November 7th? The people that ordered them, a lot of them are getting alerts that they won't have them delivered on the 7th. Some are going to get them early. I mean, I can officially report, I did talk to a friend of mine that works at Amazon here, and they are now picking the Xbox X, meaning that it's part of their line to get, and they're putting it in their carts, and they're pushing it towards the docks. So that thing leaves in a week and a half. So they're picking it right now. So it's Gears 4 because, well, Gears 4 and Forza are still Forza, Gears, and Halo. That's what are three big titles. So you get, if you do it on that. Well, I mean, he's tough to get on because he lives in another country and there's the time differences. So, but I've reached out to him. So, and yeah, I've reached out to him, Yang Yi, trying to get more Xbox people on the podcast. So, and they're hard to find because if they come on, it's not like they're going to come on here and get exposed. I'll be like, well, you know, what's going on, you know, so forth. But it's not like they're bad guys. So, try to get Erica Cuts for the win. Boy, you talk about somebody who's hard to get. Whew. So this tough. Yeah, it's tough. So yeah, everybody's on the gamer couch. Yeah, you know, Dark Cloud, Wolf Flow, those guys are more than welcome to come in. So they know. Yeah. Well, again, a mid-range PC can run games at 1080p 60 with high settings. And again, both of the consoles are giving us PC level graphics. The performance isn't as good. Okay, that's the compromise with the console. Okay, that's the compromise. So, you know, yeah, I'm in the midst of trying to get a PC right now. So it's harder than I thought it would be, but I didn't think it would be easy, and I'm fine with that. So. You know, but yeah, I mean, look, the people that I know that have gone one-on-one with the Xbox, they've said it's okay. There's nothing to write home about. So, and of course, with a mid-range PC, and that's what I've said to people before. This is what I was saying on my last podcast. I said, look, what's a good graphics card that will allow people to do 1080p 60 and 1440p 60 with high settings? And that's a build that I think people should just go for that are in the console space that are looking to get into the PC spot. Okay, this is it, and you can get a 4K, and you can get a cheap 4K TV for $300 to run your screen. So yeah. Yeah, they can't go above 60. Yeah, well, yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, and again, if that's important, to me, there's nothing wrong with playing games at 30 frames per second. I don't have a problem with that. I prefer 60, but I understand it's a console, so there's going to be screen tearing, there's going to be frame rate issues. It's just, to me, that's part of what you're buying. You should know that going into it, that's what it's going to be. Okay, you can't go to the grocery store and expect free groceries. You got to know, look, I'm going to have to pay for this stuff in my cart. So a 1S, they go on 199 with a pack in game. Yeah, that's what I mean, Ryan. Yeah, and Microsoft expects a lot of people to do that too, Ryan. So don't feel bad. But I look, as far as me, I can only speak for myself when it comes to the Xbox One X because I'm not getting one. But knowing that they are really going to concentrate on the developers, especially their first party developers, are giving consumers the option to do 1080p 60 with some PC settings. That's good, okay? Because what that tells me is that Microsoft actually did look out for the people who can't afford an Xbox X and get a 4K TV. So most people had 1080p TV. So if you can go get a good 1080p TV, if you don't already have one, but most people do. So if you have a 1080p TV, you can get an Xbox X and you can still get some benefits, and that's good, okay? That's a good thing. I mean, because these 4K TVs, they're going to go on sale around the Super Bowl, because that's when people start getting their income taxes. So, and they'll go on sale again after Black Friday, whatever, those sales, after January 3rd, the TVs won't go back on sale till around tax time. So, which is around the Super Bowl. So, yeah, cheap 4K TVs have worse. You're right, and that's why I said I wouldn't buy a cheap 4K TV, but I'm not in people's wallets. So if you buy a cheap 4K TV, I would just watch movies on it. That's just me. So yeah, concentrate on backwards compatible. Well, Robert, they're doing that because they've got to get people to move back into their ecosystem that left. And I'm going to keep it 100%. If you don't need to be online to play Oblivion or Fallout 3, okay? Because I wasn't back when on my 360, okay? The only time I went online on the 360 is when Microsoft would have a free weekend, like play this weekend Xbox Live for free from, whatever, the 13th through the 15th, So, but again, you think about that, Knights of the Old Republic that's going to be reversed back engineered. I don't need to be on Xbox Live, okay? I shouldn't have to be, put it like that. If I have to be online to enjoy backwards compatibility, I would be going off. I mean, if that happens, yeah, I am going to burn that house down. Because right now, in order for you to play Mass Effect, it is backwards compatible. You have to be online. It will not let you access the information to say need Xbox Live, which is garbage. Okay, so if they actually do that, I'm going off. Okay, because I think that's BS. So I mean, I would be going crazy. So, and they better tell people you need to have Xbox Live before any of this works. That's all I can say. So, investing in a top-end HDR TV right now is a bad idea. HDR is in its infancy. As long as it's HDR 10, that's good. That's all you're really looking for. Yeah, Corey's right. The TCL 607 is the best response time of any. He's right. So, yeah, that's a good TV. I highly recommend that TV. The TCL is a good TV. They just came out of nowhere. And boy, oh boy, Vizio is pissed about that TV. Yeah, I'm gonna have LEDs. Yep, I am. I have no idea how that works, but I am going to do that. It should go from green to red. I'm sorry. I'm going to have red, green, white, orange, and blue. So I'm excited. So yeah, I mean, and yeah, if you have a PC and it's a high-end PC, I totally get why you're not getting an Xbox X. It makes no sense to have an Xbox X and a PC. That to me makes zero sense. But if you're a fan, if you're a collector, of course you're going to buy the Xbox X. I understand. So don't get I would not get a Vizio over that TCL. No. Now let me tell you this right now. If somebody sends me a Vizio TV, I'll use it. But if I had a choice, I would not get the Vizio. So not over the TCL. Not at 4K. Let me make that clear. Not at 4K. 1080p. Get the Vizio. Get the Vizio. Yeah, I'm going RGB. Yeah, red. Yeah, if I could do red, black, and green after the colors of Africa, I would do that. But I don't think they have a black light. So I got red and green, and yeah, I'm excited about the PC changing colors like that. So I've always liked that stuff about when people's PCs do that, and you can see the light going through it. Yeah, I've got a tower. I made sure I got a tower with the where you can see into it because I've always loved the way that looked. So, and it lets you see your work. It's like looking at your girlfriend when she's pregnant. Like, yeah. Look what I did. You had thought of getting a Vizio again, Robert? 1080p Vizio, yeah, knock that out of the park. That's a good TV. And again, if I'm trying to look at it as people who may not have a 1080p TV, you know, there's a lot of people that may not have a 1080p TV, and yeah, I would get the LG 1080p TVs are all on sale right now. There's some Sony 1080p TVs that are on sale right now with higher refresh rates. So it's not. I'm telling people right now, this 1080p 60 FPS is good. Okay, for this first party game. I don't know if Forza 7 does this as well. So yeah, so HDMI revisions a factor may not be painted. Yeah, they may. We just don't know. It's cool though. It's cool. So you're gonna have the X and PC. Yeah, I can't blame people. Yeah, I mean, either way, I understand why people are going to do it. So to me, I'm not going to do it, but you know, and I will have it next year. So I'm going to do it too. I take that back. I will be doing it too. I'm just trying to wait to get the best value by. Right now, $500 with no games, meaning no games, meaning that nothing new right now. And I figure at E3 they're going to announce some exclusive games, you know. So you know it's cool. But if nobody has any other questions, and I've been here for over an hour, so I'm going to bounce like a check and just start gaming. Yeah, start playing some games. So yeah, KS8. Yeah, any KS series is a good TV. The KU series are good too. I tell you what, a good mid-high TV for Samsung is the KU, like the 7000s. Those are good TVs. So yeah, 2.2 HDMI is the real deal. So, but all right, guys, I'm going to get on out of here. Thanks for watching. It's been a really good podcast. I do appreciate it. And hopefully I can play some GT Sport tonight. Throw down with J-Dub on a few laps. That'll be fun. Just going to wait to hear from him. But and we may stream that. I may see if he can stream that, and that'll be fun, watching us drive around the track like that. So I need to charge up my headset and get that going. So stream more PS4 multi-plat gameplay. I don't play a lot of multiplayer, so I won't be able to do that. We're gonna try to stream GT Sport tonight. He said he could, but it's short notice. So, but yeah, so we'll see. Yeah, that Sony 900E is nice. So is the 800 as well. Okay, but that 900E is nice. So if you can buy that one, yeah, I highly recommend that. That thing is phenomenal. What is an HP Omen? So that sounds bad. I have an HP printer. I have an HP computer. Is this an HP? Yeah, I have an HP computer. with a gateway. This is a gateway screen. Is it the same as the MU? Yeah, pretty much is the same thing. I think the MU may have less stuff on it, but you can double check that. What time? I don't know. I die. I gotta hear back from Kratos. Said he was cool. He was in the chat earlier, so I just gotta wait to hear from him. So that's pretty much it on that. And then, like I said, I'll be in class tomorrow and Thursday, so I will not be online. So I was a beast of a gaming PC. Okay. Well, I mean, again, I'm working on that. It takes time. It takes time. Rome wasn't built in a day. The pyramids weren't built overnight. So, it's going to take time. I do appreciate everybody asking about that. Anybody that's donated stuff to it. Yeah, I guess I got the tower. So shout out to Trey BK and everybody that's donated to that, man. I do appreciate it. So, but yeah, I got the tower. I'm getting it together. What's your game of the year for this year? The year's not over yet, so I don't know. The best game I've played this year, that's the problem. The best game I played this year is Life is Strange, but that came out in 2015. So the best game that I played this year that came out this year is Horizon Zero Dawn. So, but, that's me, though. So it's hard to know. I haven't played Assassin's Creed yet. I haven't played I haven't played Wolfenstein yet. I haven't played Star Wars Battlefront yet. So I'm so far for me it's Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah, the Samsung this year, you're right, Roof. Yeah, and shout out to Hard 8 because he broke that earlier. 2017 Samsungs are garbage. I would not buy a 2017. I get a 2016 Samsung TV. This year I get a Sony 2017 TV though. Best looking game. Yeah, see, I'm buying. Do I have Persona 5 yet? Yeah, the Vortex Club. Yeah, now you're talking. So, yeah, the Vortex Club. Everybody knows about that Vortex Club. So, Yeah, I've heard nothing but great things about Persona. I've got to get on that one. And Neo. Excuse me. But I'm going to get on out of here, guys, and let's go eat lunch. I haven't eaten anything yet. So, but I appreciate you all being here, definitely, and I will check it out later. Hopefully me and J-Dub can stream some GT for a little bit. This is Craig Harris, the Pope of Xbox, and let's get on Twitter and let's save Kids Smooth. Everybody tweet out free the best bot, okay? Hashtag that. So, all right, we'll take it easy, guys, and remember, you go out tonight, wear white. Peace.